call to order. So welcome everyone to another exciting meeting, the June edition of the Coalition of Homeless Services Providers Board meeting. So we're pleased to have all of you today. Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear us okay? All right, great. Well, you missed out by not coming in live to the coalition. There are red donuts for everyone. Now we're all each going to have to eat about 4. So we'd love to see you live next time. Do I have any public comments?
Oh, joy. I would like to say something.
Go ahead, Wes, please.
Okay. Wes White, Salinas Monterey County Homeless Union. Calling in today, I guess, to give you a little bit of bad news. I spoke earlier at like a outreach thing about, administration, the way some people are working against the homeless coalition and the services you do and the fruition of. I actually went and I saw Tina Nieto, the sheriff. There was an incident down in King City with a hazing between King City cops and the sheriff. She disinvited me from a meeting that I had with Greenfield LULAC and the residents there. And so, I don't know, it just seemed, I took it as trust and I saw her later, a couple weeks later, and she just vehemently yelled at me. She aggressively convinced me to turn off my camera and berated me for like 45 minutes. And it was just very clear that she has a hatred in her heart for folks that are too poor to afford rent. That Marina Coastal parking lot, she didn't want to hear anything about it. She didn't want to go anywhere toward any kind of solutions for anyone, except for to get rid of them. And she was very pleased and happy when everybody got ticketed and towed that same night and next morning until they were obliterated into nothing, had less housing than they started with, perpetuating a state-created danger. And it really hurt my feelings, because I really did trust her. I backed her during the election. I thought she'd be great, little Latina lesbian lady, but here she goes trying to be a bigger good old boy than the good old boy she's over. And, when are we going to start doing things different? So I do believe we need to be challenging the administrations of every jurisdictions, including the Sheriff's Department. And all the city police departments are under the manager and the public works. And there needs to be a lot more coordination. And I'll probably be filing a lawsuit against it. And also for my wrongful arrest, I'm in negotiation right now for changing the policy of how at least the police will be doing business and making sure that I have a First Amendment protected right to go ahead and be within earshot of everything that's happening without impediment or, being told I have to go across the street or something. We're just trying to help people. I believe we're trying to save lives. And if people are going to be paid, the millionaire and billionaires, we're aspiring already. If we're getting $200,000 a year, we're a millionaire within 5 years. So, that's highly prevalent along law enforcement and upper administration, which is why I think we need a new way of doing business, where people come first. We treat people like people and they need to have somewhere to go 24 hours a day. We do have a sanctioned encampment. Supposedly, it's been like 6 months since Salinas tried to get that on the agenda, but apparently that's still in the works at the Sun Street Park. That's 7 2/3 acres that could house just about everyone in Salinas and give them an address, a place to be 24 hours a day, which I believe would solve the homeless problem. So help me stop the sweeps. Thanks.
Well, thank you for that. I'm actually surprised to hear that about the sheriff. She was the police chief in Marina who worked very well with BTC and our homeless. So she seemed very receptive to that. So I'm very sorry to hear it. And thank you for bringing it to our attention. Are there any other public comments? Jill.
Don't normally make public comment, but I would like to say that my experience with Sheriff Nieto has been the exact opposite, and I would encourage everyone here as a leader in the homeless, in the issues surrounding homelessness in Monterey County and San Benito counties, get to know Sheriff Nieto. Ask for an appointment. It may take you a while to get there. It took me a while to get there, but it was worth the wait. And I think she's very progressive, and I think she's going to change the Sheriff's Department in a way that's going to listen to everybody in the citizenry. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? All right, moving to additions and modifications to the agenda. Hearing none, we'll jump right into member updates, and we will go in order from the top. So 2 minutes, please, starting with Access Support Network. Bay Area Community Services.
This Friday, the 23rd, we will be hosting a barbecue in honor of Pride Month. So we're going to be having activities with the clients here and a fun festive barbecue.
Excellent, thank you. Central Coast Center for Independent Living.
Hi, good morning. This is Gina with CISO. Not a lot of updates. Just wanted to let you guys know that effective July 1, CISO will not be longer providing services to the emergency motel program. You know, we used to deal with the city of Salinas and Che as CSUMB. We are not longer going to be doing, the operations of the program, but Che will continue. So I trust that they have, great staff to continue the services. So that will be effective July 1. Chair will be take over the full responsibilities of the EMP program in collaboration with the city of Salinas. And that's it.
Thank you very much for the update, Georgina. Chista. City of Salinas. Community Homeless Solution.
Yeah, nothing too exciting to report this time. We're very busy with contract audits, contract renewals, budgeting, and other end-of-year activities. We are looking forward to a new round of refurbishments in our permanent supportive housing units. So that's it. Thank you.
I don't know, Greg. That sounded pretty exciting from this side. So thanks for the update.
All right. Thank you, Kurt.
Community Human Services.
Good morning, everyone. So we continue to have a variety of positions to open. So if you know anyone, just give my information, or they can go on our website. Our youth shelter is doing very well. We were able to hire another shelter monitor, so now we are open 7 nights a week, 7 days a week. So check-ins at 7 p.m. and they have to check out at 7. So again, youth shelter is now open 7 nights a week versus 6. The only thing we need to still do in regards to construction is the handrail at the front entrance and continue repairing the outside emergency stairwell. The interior is all complete. For Safe Passage, we're doing well. We continue to have a full capacity at 6 residents, and the renovation for Safe Passage is also 100% complete. Our street outreach programs for Monterey Peninsula, Salinas Valley, and South County are doing very well. We are fully staffed for our street outreach counselors. Last month, we had a total of 76 clients, and 4 of them were actually housed with an EHV voucher. CASA's doing well with a census of 28, with 11 of those being single women and remaining families. We had one family exit into permanent housing at the end of last month, and another one, single female, move into substance abuse treatment. And lastly, with Schumann Heart House, we continue with construction, and construction is still expected to be completed in August of 2023. So yeah, that's all I have, I believe.
Thank you very much for the update.
You're welcome.
To Monterey Bay, the State Center. Dorothy's Place. Jill, I know you're here.
I am. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I can't be there in person today. I don't have much of an update either. We're just steadily working on things. We're doing improvements to the inside of our facilities. It's coming up on summer now, and everybody's kind of calming down a little bit and just getting things done. But I did want to point out that last month I looked at an interesting statistic in our drop-in center. So our drop-in center is open to anybody that walks in. It has basic services, essential services to offer. It's right next door to our kitchen where we serve meals. But it's also the first step in getting people assessed and on a track toward housing. But aside from what we do with that, and aside from the CalAIM services that we perform for people, which are, I'm really not sure right now how many people in our drop-in center specifically that we have enrolled in CalAIM services, but they're doing health coordination for these folks. Just the basic services in Dorothy's Place, and I'm talking clothing, temporary shelter, mail services, and showers and baths for last month alone. And this struck me because it was an even number. 3,500 services in the month of May, which I thought was kind of extraordinary. So that's, per person, per service. But they're actually considering the fact that the encampment has shifted out of the streets and onto the railroad tracks, and the fact that many, many, many people are driving, walking, biking into Dorothy's Place for services. That drop-in center is still going strong. So I wanted to highlight that this month. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope everybody has a good meeting.
Thank you, Jill. Downtown street team.
Kurt, I'm here for CSUMB. I didn't hear you call our name. Would it be okay to report out real quick?
Jacqueline?
Yes, Jackie. I'm sorry. You guys' voices are really low, so I didn't hear you. But as Gina had already mentioned, we're going to be being the main operators of the EMP program come July 1st. And our outreach team is still, doing really well out there, trying to provide services to our in-house community throughout Monterey County. And that's it. That's the only update that I have. And we're sorry to see Cecil go. We think they did an awesome job, and they're just a really great organization. And so yes, that's it.
Thank you, Jackie. Downtown street. Eden Housing. Gathering for Women.
Good morning, everyone. We had 3 excellent events in May, including the Women's Ball, support of the shelter in Seaside, Casa Metro Buena. You were there. You would have had a really fun time dancing. And if you weren't there, we're sorry we missed you. Hope you'll come next year. It will probably be in March in celebration of International Women's Day. The other exciting thing we've been doing is this week we've been celebrating our guests with a guest appreciation week. So we had a birthday lunch. We're having a talent show today. We've done all sorts of fun games and catchphrase and other stuff that the guests have been really excited. In a shoe-palooza, we had a bunch of shoes donated, and so everyone could come in and get 1 pair of shoes. It's been a fun week with a lot of excited energy. And that's it for today.
Thank you very much. How are you on? Okay, Housing Resource Center.
Good morning, everybody. Alexa from HRC here. We have officially started our new program manager. So I say that with a big smile on my face because that means responsibilities get shifted. Our new program manager is a former housing specialist. So if you've worked with Cynthia Flores, she's now our program manager. We've hired her replacement, so we have that new housing specialist position filled. We are looking for another housing specialist to work at HRC, and we're also hiring another program assistant. So both of those positions are on Indeed. So continuing to find ways to expand our agency. Right now we have 107 cases on hand, which we're just continuing to increase more and more cases that we have at one time, which we hope will can make a bigger impact.
in the community. So hiring those positions are crucial, but also it's a really good sign of us growing and changing to the community needs. So that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexa. Interfaith Agency.
Hi, I'm Flo Miller with Interfaith Outreach of Carmel. Nothing new. We are expanding the board, and that's about it for now. Thanks.
Okay, Interim.
Good morning, everyone. Sophie Akir here with Interim. So we have a number of HUD-COC funded projects, and we have, I'm proud to say, only one vacancy in all of them. So we were able to get one of those units rented up. We struggled a little bit, I think I reported last time, with one of the landlords out in the community, but they finally accepted one of our clients. So that's wonderful news for that client and for us. I also wanted to share, if you have any clients who are interested in dropping by our Omni Resource Center, they have a number of events happening this month and next month. That address is 339 Pajaro Street, and they're open Monday to Friday, and we would love to see more new faces there. That's it for Interim.
Thank you, Sophie. New member, Meals on Wheels of Monterey Peninsula. Mid-Penn Housing. Monterey County DSS.
Good morning, everyone. Lauren Swansugo with DSS. I think just a quick update from me. If you were watching county budget hearings, almost all of the asks from our department were continued to be supported, so you won't see any reductions in any of the services that we were operating and supporting for the upcoming year. We're very happy to be able to maintain our resources and services despite seeing some challenges in the budget ahead. I did want to ask if I can defer the rest of my time to Roxanne to provide a little bit of a quick update on some county activities.
Hello, Roxanne. We'll even reset the clock for you.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll be fast. As you are all aware, the county received $8 million for the encampment resolution grant. This has been, it was a collaborative application. Genevieve listed out, there's many partners, many jurisdictions who pursued this collectively, and we're very proud of the work that we've done, but we have a lot of work to go. So the next steps will be the community engagement piece. We have to get through contracting and then start construction. The target open time frame is hopefully by this December. And for those of you guys who do not know, it's 34 non-congregate modular units. We selected this company because of the speed that they're able to move. And we also partnered with the church, so it will be built on a church property. It's a huge deal for all three of our municipalities. I am starting to consider what the next encampment resolution grant will be. There's two target areas that I'm looking at, but the one that seems to be coming up more and more is possibly, again, a multi-municipality application for South County to address those living, to help serve people who are living along the river. However, none of this has been decided yet. We still have a lot of work to go. If anybody has any encampments in the Monterey County unincorporated areas that you would like to raise up, please let us know. Wes, you know how to find me. The second thing that I wanted to mention is we had extended the non-congregate shelter for the people who are displaced from the Pajaro floods. It is extended until the end of July at this point. We are doing direct outreach. Shout out to Housing Authority of the County of Monterey, the Coalition, and Cecil. They are going to go to the shelter to get people enrolled in the several different vouchers that Housing Authority has for them. We're also working on putting together a housing resource fair in North County. So everybody be on the lookout for that information. And then finally, the County Board of Supervisors had unanimously voted to support the at-home plan. This is it was many counties across the state of California. Actually, I think all of the counties worked on this plan together, and through an organization called CSAC. So please look up the at-home plan if you want to learn more about it. There's many reports that has been coming out over the past few days. I really do encourage folks to read the several reports about homelessness in California that are out, and I'll drop some links inside of the chat for you guys to review. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne. Monterey County Office of Education. San Benito County, HHS.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. So just a couple of updates. So one thing, last month I had reported that the shelter was being rehabbed. It's complete. The shelter looks new. It looks fresh. It looks clean. So we're very happy with that. Thanks to Community Home Solutions for helping with moving all the shelter guests to a hotel for 3 weeks. It was some challenges, but we managed to do well. So thank you very much. We've been doing some river cleanup. We assessed about almost 3 miles along the river from 4th Street through past Union Road. There's a lot of garbage. There's tons of tires. There's probably up to 50, 60 vehicles that are there. So we started the cleaning up, and cleaning up is really just the garbage and putting all the vehicles in 1 or 2 different locations. And the plan is to get them all out. So we're coordinating with the garbage management company, waste management company, and all the different partners here to get that settled, the sheriff's office and all that. So that is happening right now. There's a lot of activities, and we're working with our vendor Smith and Enright. So that's going on right now. There's a lot of needs in the river here, a lot of encampments, even a lot, some that are underground encampments. And but anyways, we're trying to address all this right now. We're working on Home Key 3 for us to submit the application by hopefully early next month. It's going before the board later this month. We are proposing to build 50 units and for permanent housing. So that's what we're working on right now. We still have not identified a safe parking program. We have a hard time locating a site that's going to work with us. So we're still working on that. And for outreach, we're hiring another outreach team member, and we're holding an outreach event at Brigantino Park to benefiting those individuals, targeting those individuals that live along the river in the different encampments. So that's happening at the end of next month, and that's my quick update.
Thank you. Enrique, Stone Street Center.
Hi, can people hear me? Yes? Okay. So I just wanted to remind everyone that we have 6 sober living environments, men and women, 2 in Hollister, 2 in Peak City, 2 in Salinas. And that's for people that are homeless that have completed a treatment program. They pay their own rent, but they share rooms, so it's minimal. And those are usually full, but I always seem to have 1 or 2 openings in each of those cities. In terms of Pueblo Del Mar, all I know is that Housing Authority stopped taking people in April. Our contract runs out next week with the Housing Authority. I continue to have a contract with Monterey County Health to support the families that live there, and behavioral health as well. So I don't know what the next few months plan is. I know that behavioral health has done an awesome job to put in a grant to, refurbish and rebuild Pueblo Del Mar and open it up to other types of housing as well. Supported living, but I don't know, the status of that grant at all. So, I guess I can't, Vanessa and I cannot help you with what's actually happening at Pueblo Del Mar, except to say that we're still committed to serving the families that live there, and I think there's still live there. And that's all I know.
Thank you, Anna. Vanessa, did you have anything to add?
I think Anna covered everything. We did refer all our families for the emergency housing voucher too, so we're hoping that, we can get some families housed in case, we don't have another plan. But we've been working with all our contract agencies, trying to get support for the families. They're really our number one priority right now.
Thank you, Vanessa and Anna. Salvation Army.
Hi guys, John Bennett here. Let's see, we've had 4 families exit to permanent housing in the past month, and normally our program goes up to 2 years, but the folks were exiting at 7 months or less, which is a great sign. Our staff did a training using videos by Ryan Dowd, a guy out of Chicago who does work with homeless clients primarily, and working a lot of times with libraries on proper care and treatment and engagement. Very excellent training. Our staff was greatly encouraged. Have a shout out to Interim Clinica de Salud and Workforce for coming down to our Good Sam Center, which has been great and very helpful. And Interim has increased their days. It used to be once a week. Now it's like 2 or 3 times a week, and very, very helpful for our folks. And finally, because we've had so many exits, we do have space on our waiting list. And so I'm going to post that now, and I am done.
Thank you very much. ETC, this is Kurt Shockey. We just renewed our federal grant from Department of Veteran Affairs for 58 beds for veterans. And a caution to everyone, in the federal registry known as SAMS, if you change your name, you have to update it in SAMS. We've been having a problem because we changed our name from Veterans Transition Center of Monterey County to of California, and money is put on hold until the name change goes through. So work with SAMS. It's been a huge hassle. It has taken us 3 months, and it'll finally be solved. Yeah, we're lucky. DTC just received a boost in our state contract from California Department of Corrections. We'll go from 26 to 36 beds for those that are leaving the state prison system. We've been doing this for 3 years. Last year we had 100% occupancy over the 12 months, and we had 20,000 bed days. And most importantly, 0% recidivism. And VTC has broken ground on Lightfighter Village. It'll be 70 units of affordable housing that will come online in January of 2025. And that's on Hayes Circle in Marina, just behind the VTC headquarters. That's it for VTC. The construction is being done by Hub Construction. They are out of Fresno. And YWCA. Okay, a chance to go back for anyone who missed. Access Support Network, are you online yet? CHSP? City of Salinas? Downtown Street? Eden Housing? ACM? Meals on Wheels? Midpen? Education Office of Monterey County? Okay, well, for those that missed it, it's their loss, because the most exciting thing of the day is the $8 million that the county announced. So congratulations on that. That's huge news. The most exciting thing to watch would be the county budget hearing. So again, it was very successful. Congratulations. The briefest update was 6 seconds from Flo. And the word of the day is shoe-palooza. So with that, we'll move on to the agency presentation. So is the Bay Area Community Services ready to brief us?
Yes, we are.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We know you're a new member. We look forward to hearing more about you. And I see at least one very familiar face on screen.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi. So please, over to you.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we will be going into BACS introductions and missions and overview. Actually, let me introduce myself first. Sorry. My name is Monique Rodriguez. I am the program supervisor here at the Share Center.
And I'm Alejandra Saldaña. I'm the program supervisor here at the Salinas Share Center.
So during the presentation, we will go over to BACS introductions, mission and overview. We will talk about the Share Center, Team Salinas responsibilities and duties, referral and intake process, critical time intervention, model phases, in-house and aftercare support, community partnerships, and we just ask that you please hold all questions to the end of the presentation.
So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, which you mentioned you're not, but we've been around for about 70 years now. It all started with a group of churches and advocates in 1953, where they got together to respond to the growing needs of elders and people with mental health issues. As the agency grew and we got more experience onto the community, we began to focus on mental health and the lack of available affordable housing for people. So as of 1965, that's when BACS began targeting rising homelessness around our community. And our mission is to uplift underserved individuals and their families by doing, our motto is whatever it takes, and housing first. We envision the world where all people are healthy, safe, and engaged in community wellness. Our services that we offer healthy, sustainable, accessible, and cost-effective. We recognize our participants' abilities, interests, and cultural and lifestyle preferences, as well as the changing needs. We offer measurable outcomes that improve the quality of life for our partners. We're like a low barrier place. We specify to our partners that give us their barriers, and we'll take them on. So that way they don't feel as everybody's against them at all times. So we are located at 845 East Laurel Drive in Salinas. BACS Share Center is a rapid rehousing program that helps individuals transition from unsheltered living situations into permanent housing. BACS moves individuals off the streets into temporary housing throughout the county of Monterey, where we support them with mental health, hygiene, physical health, and employment opportunities. What we do, we provide short-term housing, daily meals, so we provide 2 hot meals a day for the clients, lunch and at dinner, and then we provide a continental breakfast for them. And we also provide hygiene kits for them. We support with all housing navigation needs with a determined focus on exit to permanent housing. We break mental and physical health barriers to permanent housing. We support landlord engagement, tenant relationships through rental assistance and incentives to create housing opportunities for our clients. And here we call our clients partners. So if you hear us use the word partners, it's because that's what we call them, but basically they're clients as well. We also help with independent living skills development. Once a client is housed, we provide 6 to 12 months of case management with rental assistance, security deposits, housing essentials, and furniture costs. So we provide all these things for the client. So here at the Salinas Share Center, it's an innovative program designed to support homeless and single adults and families with accessing permanent housing by working with individuals to obtain support, development skills, like we mentioned, remove barriers to housing instability. Our philosophy is that we focus on the strengths, abilities, and potential rather than the problems, deficits, and pathologies. The key points to our strength-based approach includes the individuals have many strengths and have the capacity to learn, grow, and change. The service provider collaborates with partners, our clients. Interventions are based on participants' self-determination, and there is a commitment to empowerment. And one thing, too, is we're, like I mentioned, a low-barrier center, as well as we also practice harm reduction. Since we are a family shelter, we ask our partners that do use not to do it in the facility. Been going pretty well. They're pretty compliant with that, and they see that as they do want to let go of their drug use or anything like that, but they're not fully ready. So we just tell them not to do it in the center. So Team Salinas. Myself, Monique Rodriguez, the program manager responsible for all the program operations and oversight of the program. We have the program supervisor, Alejandra Saldaña. She's responsible for the day-to-day services here at the Share Center. We have the property supervisor, Jesse Armenta. He provides administrative support by ordering all the supplies for the center and oversees all the vendor contracts here at the center. We also have 12 residential counselors. We have 4 on each shift, so we have an AM, a swing, and a graveyard shift. The residential counselors provide ongoing support for participants as they are living at the Share Center and the need for a variety of life skills and rehabilitation support. We have 5 care coordinators here, and our care coordinators really create service plans with the partners utilizing the CTI model, which we'll get into a little later. In regards to goals and services, they also provide ongoing support for participants specializing in housing retention for up to 6 months. And then we have an employment coordinator who's responsible for locating and securing gainful employment for participants. And this is when they're at the shelter and even aftercare. So let's just say something comes up in their aftercare, our employment coordinator will be able to support them if they lose their job or reduced hours and they're looking for extra income. Our employment coordinator will help with that. Going back to the care coordinators, we do have an aftercare coordinator. So he specifically specializes with all the partners that have been housed. So he's the one that goes out and does kind of the case management, follows the clients.
And this is our CTI model, which stands for Critical Time Intervention Model. Is delivered according to services are delivered according to the CTI model. A description of the operations of the CTI model Selena's Share Center follows. So our phase 1 is a facility-based supportive services where the care coordinators work with our partners to create and implement a service plan based on their strengths and needs. And they may include areas such as obtaining employment, accessing benefits, connecting with healthcare, preparing their credit, or getting their record expunged, and obtaining vital documents is the big one. We ask that within the first 30 days, our partners work very closely with their care coordinators to obtain all vital docs needed. The second phase is the home-based supportive services and housing retention, where the participant obtains housing. Designated facility staff will provide the time-limited services based on the CTI model to support the individuals in developing skills, to maintain their housing and connect to both formal and informal supports in the community. Phase 3 is the transition of care, which is our final phase. It takes place once the participant has obtained permanent housing for at least 3 months. The focus is on completing the transfer of care to community resources who will provide long-term support. So our partners are notified that we fall in for 6 to 12 months, depending on a case-to-case basis, where we will connect them with other resources that will help them long-term. And like Monique mentioned, we do provide rental assistance. For the first 3 months, we usually pay their rent at full, and then we just break it down with our titration, and it's a 80, 60, 40, 20 model.
So in-house and aftercare support. Well, the partners are part of our program. We provide in-house and aftercare support in many ways, such as in-house, retrieve all necessary vital docs, employment support and opportunity, education opportunities, mental health and emotional support, housing support, partnership accountability, goal planning support, and ensuring a safe place for our clients. In our aftercare, we focus on housing placements, housing readiness, purchase essential of home supplies, purchase essential of home furniture, paid rent upon agreement, case by case. So that looks different for some people. It's a case by case thing. We also help with security deposit, continued relationship after exiting the program, and case management, aftercare support, and check-ins. I think that the check-ins are so crucial in the aftercare. So as a client first moves out, the aftercare is like weekly, right? They're checking in on them weekly, making sure that they're okay, and then it kind of tapers down. It kind of goes down to going in every other week and then monthly and then phone calls. So there's the constant support and check-ins with the clients as they leave, because as we're seeing that a lot of the clients, get really comfortable here. And so when they leave, it's a scary feeling for them. So, we always try to remind them, like, this is a temporary situation for you. This is not a permanent situation. And so the goal is to get you into that permanent housing.
And this is just some of the partners. We have community partnerships. So we mentioned Victory Mission. They're the ones who do our meals for our partners, which we mentioned. It is lunch and dinner. Sometimes we have a church come once. The North Minister Church comes and does the dinner, sorry, once a month here, twice a month. And then we have the Salinas Furniture, where that's where we purchase most of our furniture for our partners. The food bank, which we get with a lot of our food as well. We work very closely with the Monterey County Office of Education, since we do have our families here and the children get placed in their schools area. Social Services, CHSP, the Department of Rehab, Monterey County Housing Authority, Sun Street, Intram, Cecil, Behavioral Health. It's just kind of a bubble of people we work with.
I really want to highlight the Hawaiian group, the women's group. They're really good. Anytime we have holidays and stuff, they're really good. Like for Valentine's Day, putting bags together for the kids, for Christmas. They're very, very thoughtful. So I really want to give a big shout out to them. And that is the end. Questions?
Excellent. Thank you so much. A very informative presentation on a very worthy member of the coalition. So thank you so much for that. Do we have any questions for the Bay Area Community Services? I want to thank you very much for doing that. It's wonderful to meet you too, and I really like your mission, doing whatever it takes to uplift the underserved individuals and their families. That's very powerful. Also, on one of your slides, you had a picture of a Christmas tree, and on the far left was an awesome green onesie that one of the individuals was wearing. Anna was wondering where you got that, and if you could just pass that on, she would like to know.
We'll send you the link.
And do I have a volunteer for next month to do an agency presentation?
I forgot to mention, we do have our referral form that I'll be emailing out to all you guys so that you guys have the referral form. It tells you the email to send your referral form to directly. So I will send that out to all of you guys. So if you guys have any referrals, please send them over.
Okay, thank you. Lacking a volunteer, I will nominate Meals on Wheels with the Monterey Peninsula. They are not here, so they can't say no. They will be doing the presentation next month. So be on guard. You'll have a presentation if you don't make the meeting. So with that, we will turn it over to the coalition to let them give an update.
All right.
All right. So we do have a voucher update. So with the EHBs, I do want to thank everybody that's been a part of the subcommittee, the CAR subcommittee, that the Leadership Council approved about 2 meetings ago. And the subcommittee is a number of agencies that are part of the subcommittee to approve policies to expedite the use of emergency housing vouchers. So as of right now, the number of folks that are briefed and lease has increased. Let me just get the number real quick for everybody. I did not have it ready. I do believe that in total, sorry, I don't have the number ready, but we do have about over 140 folks that have been leased. So that means that they have the voucher in hand and they do have a roof over their head, so they're able to currently use the voucher. So that's above 140 folks right now. and that does bring us to about 50% of our goal for folks that are leased with a voucher. And then we are getting closer to our briefed goal, so meaning that there's around, I believe, 120 folks that are that have been briefed by the housing authority. So that means that they have met with the housing authority, they do have a voucher in hand, and they are now seeking housing. So we are actually coming really, we're doing really well with our goal of September 30th to make sure that vouchers are assigned to folks. The 269 vouchers are assigned to folks. A couple different things and barriers along the way right now. One of them is housing navigation. So as we all know, the housing stock is limited in our county, and the housing authority is looking to recruit housing navigators from the agency and the case managers working with folks to support. So Delia will be sending an invitation just to partner with the housing authority. So this meeting will be led by the housing authority and the coalition to really do a case conferencing of folks that are currently briefed that don't have housing, that do have the voucher in hand, just to make sure that we assign a housing navigator to those folks, and that we, that's the first step, as well as just making sure that we're all working collaboratively together to get these folks with a voucher into housing. So you will see that soon. There is, some of you might know that there is a update to the voucher policies from housing authorities. We did talk with them yesterday, and they will be hosting a session with them for them to talk a little bit about their housing voucher policies that are coming up. And that's going to be on July 5th at 2:30. So everybody on the membership will be receiving a link to that meeting after this meeting. So please be on the lookout for that. So again, that is July 5th at 2:30. And as we don't have the housing authority here, I'm limited as to the amount of questions I can answer. But if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them. So if there's any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. All right, I see no questions. Okay, perfect. I will go ahead and go to our next update list, which is our CHSP Updates. So we do have a lot of new staff and new faces here, and so I'd love to just give a chance for our new staff to introduce themselves. We do have a couple of them here in the room. So I'd love to give Mahnor, if you want to go ahead and tell to the group.
Hi everyone. So nice to be here. My name is Mahnor, and I'm the governance coordinator. I recently graduated from the middle grade with a master's. And before I was working on State Department and Department of Energy. I've also worked in media before. And I'm a Fulbright scholar, and I come all the way to the community that I'm a part of.
We have Dahlia.
Nice to meet everybody again. I know.
Yeah.
We can't hear her.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now? So I'll just start over. My name is Delia Leal. I know I've met many of you already. I believe I'm on my 7th week here with the coalition. It's been a wonderful experience so far. My background in education is similar to Mahnor. I also graduated in Middlebury and with a master's degree. My past projects have been working with Department of Defense, National Guard, and I've been extremely pleased working with everybody so far, and I'm looking forward to our completing project.
it just drop?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. Can you all hear us okay? Okay, sorry about that. Thank you all for your patience. Okay, I think we left off at the coordinated entry overhaul. So I'm just going to restart my update. Thank you all for your patience. This was just the trickiness of our space here. The coordinated entry overhaul, I wanted, we started the process of asking for proposals for different consultants back in January. We looked at 3 different proposals, one from TAC, Focus Strategies, and Home Base. TAC is called a Technical Assistance Consulting. And we had a committee of 5 different people, including excluding CHSP staff. Martine Alvarez was part of the process, Robin McCrae, Keisha Lopez, Roxanne Wilson, and Denise Yen. I did just want to give a shout out to everybody for being a part of the process and for deciding who we will be moving forward with. Coordinated entry is such a pipeline to our clients and such an important process as to how do we really want to make sure that we're mobilizing and really looking at this in a really tangible way. So we want it to be a community process from the very beginning. So thank you to those 5 for really being a part of the process along the way. We are moving forward with Home Base as our as the person that we'll be moving forward with to look at our coordinated entry process. The process will start in August, and it's going to be a scoping with the community. If you are part of our youth systems meetings and have been part of our youth coordinated entry, Home Base are the folks that are building our youth coordinated entry. And we thought because of their experience with youth coordinated entry, their intimate experience with our coordinated entry already, they would be the best to really continue on with our overall coordinated entry process. So we're very excited to bring them on. They are, what things that were important for us in the process is to be community oriented as well as data oriented. And we are very confident that Home Base will be able to lead us to really great new coordinated entry. So like I mentioned, the process will be starting late August after the NOFO season, which does lead me to my next point in my update, NOFO fiscal year 2023. If you have had a role with our, if you have been a previous NOFO awardee, then you would know that our grant inventory worksheet, which is the first part of the process for the NOFO, has just been released by HUD at the beginning, or about 2 weeks ago. And so this is a reminder that if you are one of the folks that are on the GIW list, and I sent you an email, please respond by tomorrow. We will be reaching out to agencies that have not responded to our request. So I urge you to respond as soon as possible so that we can be on time with the HUD deadline, which is the 28th, and we can troubleshoot any problems within the GIW. So that being said, the GIW is always the first part of the process. If you are new to the COC world, the COC NOFO, which is the Notice of Funding Opportunity, is really kind of our reason of being to be a continuum of care. It is our big local competition process here for HUD. And so, like I mentioned, it's the beginning of the process. Our office is just really concentrated on the NOFO, so we do see it coming in July. So this is just, I'm planting the seed in your brain. I would say make sure that you're ready for the process, and more soon. The first step is to come. I'm going to pause here and see if there's any questions on our coordinated entry overhaul or our NOFO. So membership agreement. So everybody can expect after this meeting to receive their membership agreement as well as invoices. So please be on the lookout. Folks should have received an email regarding specifically HMIS licenses if you're a current user of HMIS from Katrina. So you will be receiving that later on. So please be on the lookout for that. So you'll be getting a couple different days. Membership agreement. So that is just your signed agreement as a member. If you are a member with us, just list out code of conduct, list out conflict of interest. So that's a little bit of that. And then as well as membership invoice. So the membership invoice is your membership fee for the year. That is $1,000 unless you did apply for a discount. That's about $500. If you are interested in a waiver, please let us know. We're happy to bring that forward to you all. Then the third thing is HMIS invoices. So you will be getting 3 different things. So please be on the lookout for that. Thank you, Enrique, for that question. Apologies on the technological issues, and I extend grace. Thank you for your grace, and thank you for your patience as we work out those little kinks. Any questions for Francis?
Yeah, so recent members, you'll get an agreement form from us that prorates from the months that you started for fiscal year 2020, along with this. Yeah, so new members that joined. That would be BACS, Interfaith Outreach, Meals on Wheels, Monterey County Office of Education, and I believe those are the folks that joined. Yeah, and again, thank you all for your patience as we get rerouted back into the Zoom. Any questions? Or something that I might have missed when we dropped off?
Great. So if we could take a 10-minute break, it's